You know, sometimes life doesn't break all at once. It cracks quietly, softly, one ignored moment at a time. This is the story of a mother who waited her whole life for her daughter's voice, and a daughter whose world became too loud to hear the woman who raised her. Their names are Meera and Amelia. Sit with me. Let me tell you their story slowly, the way life unfolded for them, moment by moment. The story begins in a small 2-story home, with yellow curtains, a wooden staircase, and the smell of warm bread always floating in the air. Back then, Amelia was 8 years old, a little girl with curly hair, a missing front tooth, and a smile that could light up the whole street. Every day, she came running into the kitchen saying, "Mom, guess what happened today?" And Meera, no matter what she was doing, stopped everything. The vegetables on the stove could burn. The laundry could wait. Bills could stay unpaid for one more hour. But Amelia's stories, they were priceless. They sat on the kitchen floor, sharing secrets about school, friends, dreams, and silly jokes. Their house was small, but their hearts were huge. And every night, they had a little rule. No matter what happens, we always talk. Life was simple. Life was warm. Life was full of love. But childhood doesn't stay. It grows up. And with it, it changes everything. When Amelia turned 16, things began to shift. She wasn't a child anymore. She had friends, school pressure, and teenage moods. One afternoon, Meera was waiting at the door with hot tea. Amelia walked in, earphones in her ears, bag on her shoulder, scrolling her phone. Meera smiled gently. "How was school today, sweetheart?" Amelia didn't look up. Fine, Mom, I'm tired." She went straight upstairs, and Meera stood at the door, still holding the tea meant for her daughter. The first tiny crack had appeared, but mothers never notice the first crack. They only feel the pain much later. Years passed, and the distance didn't come loudly. It came quietly. A few skipped dinners, a few late nights, a few "Mom, not right now, please." A few "I'm busy." A few "I'll talk later." Little things. But little things build walls. Still, Meera convinced herself. She's growing up. It's normal. She'll come back. But Amelia's world was expanding. Friends, studies, ambitions. And later, a new boyfriend named Ada. For the first time in her life, her mother wasn't the center of her universe, and Meera felt it. She felt the silence. She felt her daughter slipping away. But she stayed quiet, because mothers know how to love silently. In the same house lived an elderly woman, Meera's mother, Rose. Her back was weak, her steps slow, but her eyes saw everything. One evening, she said gently, "Meera, don't hold your pain inside. Children forget. But it's not because they stop loving us. Life just pulls them away." Meera whispered, "But Mom, she doesn't even see me anymore." Grandmother Rose smiled softly. "One day, she will. Hearts wander, but they always return home." But Meera's heart felt heavier with each passing day. When Amelia finished college, she got a high-pressure corporate job. Deadlines, meetings, targets, phone calls, emails, an endless race. Now, even her goodnight kisses became, "Mom, I'm exhausted." And her conversations became, "Mom, please." Not now. One day, Meera gently asked, "Can we spend Sunday together? Maybe go for a walk?" Amelia, eyes glued to her laptop, replied, "Mom, I already told you. I have so much work." The daughter who once spent hours talking now didn't have time for a 5-minute conversation. The cracks were turning into walls. Then came the night that shattered Meera's heart. Amelia came home crying. Not normal crying, but the kind of crying that breaks a soul. Her bag fell on the floor. Her hair was messy. Her makeup smudged. Meera ran to her and held her face. "What happened? Talk to me." Amelia sobbed. "Everything is falling apart. My work, my relationship, my life. Meera pulled her close. You're not alone. I'm right here. And Amelia cried in her mother's lap, the way she used to when she was a child. For the first time in years, she needed her mother again, but it didn't last. The next morning, she said quickly, Mom, thanks for yesterday. But please don't worry, okay? I'm fine. And just like that, she went back to her busy world, leaving Meera standing alone in the kitchen again. Some heartbreaks don't show on the surface, but they show in the body. One afternoon, while cooking, Meera suddenly felt dizzy. The room spun, her vision blurred, and she collapsed to the floor. Grandmother Rose screamed, Amelia, come quickly. Annoyed, Amelia rushed downstairs. What now, Grandma? I'm in a meeting. But when she saw her mother lying on the floor, her heart stopped. She dropped her laptop. Her hands shook. Mom, wake up. They rushed to the hospital. With every step in that hallway, Amelia realized something she never wanted to face. She had been losing her mother, without even noticing. After the tests, the doctor came out, holding his clipboard. He said softly, she's physically okay, but emotionally, she is exhausted. She's been under stress for a very long time. Then he asked, does she live alone? Amelia whispered. Grandmother Rose spoke instead. She lives with us, but she has been lonely. For years, Amelia felt something inside her collapse. Tears filled her eyes. She hadn't realized her mother was fading quietly, while she was busy chasing her own life. When Meera finally slept in the hospital bed, Amelia sat beside her. She held her mother's fragile hand. She watched her breathe, and guilt poured over her in waves. She whispered, Mom, I'm so sorry. I forgot the woman who gave up everything for me. Memories rushed in. Her first day at school, her mother staying awake all night during exams, her mother holding her through heartbreaks, her mother clapping at every small achievement, her mother waiting for her at the door every evening, all of it. Every moment, and tears rolled down her face. When Meera came home from the hospital, Amelia changed. Not suddenly, not dramatically, but quietly, slowly, gently. She started waking up early to make breakfast. She left her phone during dinner. She listened. She talked. She stayed present. One evening, Meera asked, Aren't you busy anymore? Amelia smiled. I'm still busy, Mom, but I choose where my time goes now. Meera's eyes filled with tears. For the first time in years, she felt seen. Days turned into weeks. Amelia began spending real time with her mother. They cooked together, took evening walks, watched old movies, laughed at silly jokes, talked about life like they used to. The house felt alive again. Grandmother Rose noticed it too. One night she said, See, I told you, the heart always finds its way home. And Meera squeezed her mother's hand, grateful. Life wasn't perfect. It never is. But the silence between them was gone. There were conversations. There was sharing. There was warmth again. One night, Amelia rested her head on Meera's shoulder and whispered, Mom, thank you for waiting for me. Meera kissed her forehead. A mother never stops waiting, even when her heart breaks. Amelia closed her eyes, tears falling silently. Because she finally understood. She hadn't just ignored her mother. She had broken her without realizing it. But now, she was healing her too. At the end of the story, the narrator speaks softly. Sometimes we grow up and forget the woman who raised us. We don't mean to. Life just becomes loud, and mothers become quiet. But remember this, your mother will never ask for much. Just time, just a conversation, just your voice saying, Mom, I'm here. Because for a mother, that is enough, always enough.